Yeah.
Hi, Professor Elshimi. My name is Mali Katsumata Shah, and I am speaking on behalf of the University of Tsukuba. If you can kindly make me a co-host of this,
Okay.
then I can proceed with sharing the presentation.
Okay.
And while the professor is doing that, I would like to thank everybody here for having us. Again, my name is Mali Katsumata Shah, and I work for the University of Tsukuba. And I would like to thank the Egyptian Embassy and Kyushu University for arranging this occasion, and look forward to speaking about this university in a couple of seconds. So may I try, Mr. Olshimi?
Just allow me, I'm writing, yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I believe that you can see this soon.
Yes, we see your slide, yes, right now, yeah.
Yes, there's a bit of a delay, but I believe that now you are seeing the introduction to University of Tsukuba slide. Yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much again for having us. I'm going to begin our presentation, and University of Tsukuba is actually name of a place. Tsukuba is the name of a place, and I'm going to talk about the place first because we really are deeply attached to this city. Tsukuba is the largest science city in Japan. Science city means that the city has been designated by the government to be a center of research and development. It is I believe that about 40 to 50% of the R&D budget, official governmental R&D budget, is spent in the city. We have more than 30 national research institutes and 200 private ones situated within this city. It is a high IQ city. 1 out of 10 people has a PhD, and there's a large number of large percentage of international researchers residing in the city. So, you know, when you walk around the station and the center of the city, you really you can hear many languages being spoken there, including Arabic. So it is actually a very I think, a very special and unique place. Again, in terms of this location of Tsukuba, it is very convenient because it is only about 45, 50 minutes away from Tokyo, and it's only about 60 minutes away from the international airport. So you can easily visit Tokyo if you get a little bit bored over the weekend, or if you need to go home. It's again very easy to get back. And of course, you can travel to other parts of Japan from Tsukuba very easily. So in that sense, we have the best of both worlds. If you can enjoy urban life, you can enjoy country life, and you can also enjoy it's a triple effect. The third most important aspect is that it's inside a science city. Okay, so moving on. I think that you're looking at a picture of a gentleman wearing kimono, and his name is Dr. Jigoro Kano. He is a pioneer of education, but most importantly, he became famous at first for founding or for basically inventing the sport of judo. I believe that many people in Egypt are experts in judo, and they have often come to Japan to study judo. And Dr. Kano is said to have created this sport. And he was very much into sport. He was very much into education. He started a teacher's college, and he was also not just like he wasn't just concerned about teaching sport and education to Japanese people. He used his own private funds to bring in students from China, and he was the first IOC, International Olympic Committee member from Asia. You know, here he is wearing a kimono, but there are pictures of him wearing a top hat and wearing a snappy suit, and him traveling abroad and speaking English to foreign dignitaries. So we are kind of like we attach ourselves to him very deeply. we tried to carry on his DNA, so to speak. Okay, so there are over 2,000 students in Tsukuba at the moment, and as of October 2020, and representing 110 countries and regions. And here we have 16 students from Egypt, and we want obviously more people from Egypt to come, more students, researchers from Egypt to come and stay with us. About the university, we have an interdisciplinary approach to education research. We do cutting-edge research in supercomputing, nanotechnology, personal care robotics, etc. Bottom right, you're looking at an exoskeleton. So I think it will remind people of Iron Man, the movie. Unfortunately, this doesn't fly. But it's not used for fighting. It's not for military purposes. It's actually for rehabilitation and also for people with spinal injuries or diseases to learn or relearn how to walk. It is a multidisciplinary, it's a product of a multidisciplinary approach, and it is not just about robotics, but it's also about big data science. It's also about medicine. It's also about social sciences and insurance policies, and also all these things come together to provide the latest in treatment to patients. So this, I'm talking about this because it provides a sort of like an example of what Tsukuba is really about. Tsukuba is about being transdisciplinary, transborder. We are known as an open university. Open means that it is that not just that the gates are open, but also that our minds are open to new possibilities. And our slogan is "Imagine the future." So here we have comprehensive subjects, not just in robotics and information sciences, but also you can see in the middle people painting a picture. You can see at the bottom left side, you can see a person taking part in a sports-related research. So it is highly comprehensive. You can see this array of faculties available. So we have an art department, life and environmental sciences department, and of course social and sports, but also going all the way. So showing the full spectrum of disciplines available. This is rare in Japan. Not many universities are available that are comprehensive. Many universities tend to just focus on certain areas of academia. So this means that 40 plus degree programs are taught in English in undergraduate and graduate levels. 2,800 classes are taught in English. So you don't need Japanese to seek admission when seeking admission at Tsukuba. And you should learn Japanese when you're in Japan. You should learn Japanese in the same way that if I'm studying in Egypt, I should learn Arabic. So it's the same thing. But still, you can come in Japanese, in English, and you can exit, you can graduate in English. And again, I'm going to encourage you to do one more thing. If you have a cell phone, if it has a QR code reader, then whip it out and start, scanning these QR codes, because I'm going to, send you information regarding key websites. Instead of just showing you, endless reams of information, I'm just going to tell you where to look. Yeah, and I'm just going to briefly talk about different aspects of the university, which I think you should know. So in the graduate schools, there are many graduate programs, as I explained earlier, but here the university took on a new challenge in which it sort of like made 3 large clusters of departments. And so, for example, if you look at the right side of the screen, you're looking at the Graduate School of Science and Technology. And within that, you see little, little boxes, and they're also all clustered together. And the reason why it's clustered like this is that the idea is, for example, for people from physics to, if they're so inclined, if they are very curious about something, that they go take a look at, life and agricultural sciences. Or let's say somebody in mountain studies, it needs to know more about information sciences, then he or she can, study take a course at computer sciences, provided that there's agreement between professors. So that kind of thing. So this sort of like going back and forth, different classrooms is, again, like I think that many Japanese universities are, still don't do that so much. We have started doing a lot. So, and we have basically these three large clusters. Top in the middle, top is degree programs in humanities and social sciences, which includes business and humanities, international public policy. And then on the left side of the screen, you have graduate school of comprehensive human sciences, which includes psychology, which includes physical education, even design, even heritage studies. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you a few programs in that are multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and that are taught in English. So this one is the PhD program in human biology to train up specialists with integrated technical knowledge and research abilities in life science, medicine, chemistry, and computing technology. Yeah. And the rest I want you to find out on your own. If you are interested, if it speaks to you, yeah, please go ahead and visit this website. Yeah, the program is called HBP, and it is a very it's a very dynamic program, and we have taken students from all over the world for this program. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to show you this one. This is also very interesting. Doctoral program in empowerment informatics. So this is a PhD program, yeah? And so it's kind of hard to explain this, but I'm gonna try to develop students' abilities into disciplinary presentation frontline necessary to create systems capable of empowering people in collaboration between multiple disciplines. Disciplines include informatics, engineering, arts, and so on. So it is a, I don't know, like a marriage of engineering, of design, of information sciences. You'll have to, visit the website and look at it and, understand what this is. We have, for example, there's this huge VR room in the department. It's a little bit like from the Starship Enterprise of Star Trek. It's sort of like a holodeck. It's similar to that. You put on a pair of 3D glasses, and you can walk through a virtual world, and that is made possible through research at the Empowerment Informatics Department. So you'll have to come and see it to understand fully what I'm talking about. But this is, again, very interesting department. There is the master's and doctoral program in life sciences innovation. And life sciences innovation means, and keyword here is innovation, is the students can look at food innovation. As you know, one of the major problems that we're going to face in the world is lack of water, lack of food for a growing population of people. This is stretching resources already and leading to environmental degradation. So in that sense, how do we feed people? Yeah, so this is a question of innovation. Not knowing basic sciences are not enough. You need to go further. So this is sort of like a program. I'm just focusing on this to give an example of a case study, so to speak. Yep. There is disease mechanism. As you know, we all know. I'm talking to you today through this, and cannot go to Egypt because of you know what. So disease mechanism, bioinformatics, environmental management, biomolecular engineering, and drug discovery. So all these things very pertinent and very important. And so this department produces nurtures human resources, students, workers of the future to solve Earth-based problems, Earth planetary problems. Now, Another thing is, another program is PhD program in humanics. So this picture is very, I think, easy to sort of, it's self-explanatory. There are two mentors here, and that one mentor is from physical sciences or engineering informatics. The other mentor is from biomedical sciences. So, and again, this is a sort of like a collaboration, or it looks at the intersection of biomedical sciences and, let's say, engineering. Yeah. If you look at, for example, bottom right, the Venn diagram at the bottom right, brain imaging and meta recognition. Yeah. And look at top left, orthopedics and cybernetics. Yeah. Look at the middle, bottom, surgery, augmented reality. Right. So all of these are not possible if you're looking at one thing only. Yeah. So we need to have this kind of multidisciplinary approach because the world is so interconnected and so difficult to understand. It is, the planet is a system, and then it's composed of systems, and all these systems interact with each other, and we don't know we cannot fully understand it. We cannot come up with solutions to those problems easily. So this is, again, another example of a department teaching tools to understand problems and to also formulate solutions to the problems. The TS 2.0 is a master's program in sport and Olympic studies. Yeah. I explained to you earlier that the founder of this university was a sportsman. He was a sports pioneer, and we have carried on his DNA. Yeah. And so we have had Olympic and Paralympic education, and we also have sports management. It includes governance of sports. Yeah. Again, a very hot issue at this moment. Yeah. And then there's sports science and medicine, and then there's teaching, coaching, and Japanese culture. So we have Olympians, people who have won gold medals in judo, teaching, coaching students who are here, and our sports athletes, our student athletes in the past have won in total over 100 Olympic and Paralympic medals. And what is really astounding about what blew me away was that there is no sports seat. You know, for example, you're a star athlete in the United States, for example, you're a football player, your grades are not so good, it's okay, you can still get into University of so-and-so state. But in Tsukuba, you have to have like really good academic credentials and also have like Olympic level abilities to come in. So it's that sort of thing. Now, of course, the master's program is for people who want to focus on research of sports. They don't have to be Olympians, of course. But please don't get me wrong. But I'm just talking about the culture of sport at Tsukuba. We have Heritage Science Studies degree program. Sorry, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to speed through it. Please go ahead and visit the website. It is self-explanatory in the sense that it has produced human resources, technicians, professionals who have dedicated themselves to conserving different archaeological and heritage-based sites around the world. We have for example, a researcher student working in Angkor Wat in Cambodia. You know, we had a student, a graduate who was working in Afghanistan to preserve the Buddhist monument there. You know, so again, heritage studies is a multidisciplinary science. It is not just about environmental science. It's also about economics. It's also about plants science. It's also about earth. It's all about geology. It's also it's about, you know, so many things. And so we have people from different backgrounds doing research in this program. Again, very interesting, and again, something which is taught in English. Academic advisors are there for you to speak to in English. Personal tutors will be assigned. A personal tutor will be assigned to you to help you with daily living issues such as opening a bank in Japan, which can be a little bit complicated. And then we have English-speaking staff, English counseling, medical services are provided in English. Yes. So and I explained to you earlier, I suggested to you strongly that you should learn Japanese. And we have one of the best applied linguistics department in Japan, and our Japanese Japanese applied linguistics program is very strong, and they have created a center especially for learning another language. So and you can start learning Japanese now. If you can log on to this and you can download this application. This was a this is a product of a very long project that our department worked on. Housing options. There's the Global Village, which costs about $300 per month, $310 plus utilities. But then there are cheaper options available as well. Global Village is such. It is a shared house for international and Japanese students. Very beautiful. It is, you know, in normal times, meaning pre-COVID times, they had festivals here. There was a nice summer festival here. So bottom right, you can see a Japanese, I believe, tea ceremony taking place within this dormitory. Yeah. So there's food courts. There are at least 2 halal food cafeterias. There is a halal food store very near the campus. There is a cafe. There's Starbucks. I'm addicted to Starbucks. I keep going there. It's right in the center of the campus. Supermarket, convenience stores, etc. Yeah. So here now, if you're wondering, and I hope you're wondering about graduate admissions, then please snap away. This is the gateway to the to information regarding this issue. And then I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to navigate through this website, because it can be a little bit confusing. Please scroll down to application guidelines, because there's a long list which you need to skip and you need to go down. This is something that that you need to do. Yeah. And at the bottom of the page, there is a list of graduate schools, kind of similar to the diagram I showed you earlier with the clusters. Yeah. And then please choose a school of your choice. Okay. And for example, if you're interested in applied physics, let's say, then you'll click at the top. Yes. Or if you're interested in computers, you'll click on the second one. And then choose the program of interest. Right. And then application procedures will be there. They differ depending on the programs, because each school is very independent. They have their own thing going on. So you need to find out what is happening in each school. Yes. Be sure to check the application guidelines for the program you're interested in. Yeah. So selection dates can be in August, can be some are in October, January to February. Yeah. So for example, for the math program, master's program in math, so it sort of like happens within a 2-month window. Yes. It starts in June, end of June. The one set of procedures. If you miss that, the second one would be November 29th. So take a look out take a look and find out. Yeah. Please check your eligibility. You have to have 16 years or more to apply for, and you have to have earned a bachelor's degree to apply for a master's program. And here, this is very similar to all the universities that you've been listening to, but please look at the bottom of the page. Note, it is not necessary, but recommended to earn a bachelor's degree of engineering to apply a degree program related to engineering, for example, right? So you don't need to have an engineering degree to apply for master's in engineering, as is the case in Egypt. But still, of course, it will help if you have some background or our background in engineering, of course. Yes. So very similar to the presentation prior, contact your prospective advisor in Japan. If you're applying for a graduate program, master's or PhD, the professor is key. You have to know the professor first. Yes. And you have to contact the professor. And and you have to know why you contacted that professor. It shouldn't be just that you are just, your keywords match. No, look at Professor A and look at her or his research and understand why he or she is there, what he or she is focusing on, and then as it says there, investigate the research work of the advisor thoroughly before contacting. This is really important because this is the key difference between Japan and the rest of the world. The rest of the world, for example, America, Canada, you apply to the program first, but no, in Japan, it's the professor first, the laboratory first, right? So this is then you do a web entry. Again, I don't want to talk too much because I've already given you a lot of information. I don't want to mix things up. But once you start to read and read into it, it becomes pretty self-explanatory. Okay. So again, the web entry is given online. I'm not going to focus too much time on this. Right. So anyway, this is the main website. Okay. And this is there's the admissions page. Yes. And this is this is also another reference site called global.tsukuba.ac.jp. Okay. Oh, and this one is rather important. This is the enrollment guidebook. It is a compilation of all the things that I've said. If you're in doubt, just go there and do a Control F and look for your keyword there. It's a bit of a long document, about over 100 pages, but you can find every piece of information in this booklet. Yeah, so you can download it very easily. So I'm going to sign off here, and thank you very much for your attention, for listening to me. And I think Eid is almost upon us, so Eid Mubarak. Thank you very much.
Yeah, really thank you very much for your nice presentation. We got a lot of information about Tsukuba University, and